Well, Fat Joe, he did an interview recently.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the YSL case and how they're trying to use the lyrics against, the defendants and everything else like that. And he said that 95% of his lyrics aren't real.
I saw that.
He said he's a family man. And I remember in our interview, and we'll play a little clip, he said, yeah. He goes, yeah, a lot of my lyrics aren't real. Like, I'm having menages and all these songs. Like, my wife would stab me if this was the case. You know what I mean? I got a wife, I got kids. Yeah, no,
This ain't based off of no fucking reality, B.
Really? Fat Joe lyrics aren't based on reality?
Not all of them, no. If that's the case, I wouldn't have a wife. You know how many menages I ran on my songs? You fucking serious? What's love got to do with a little menage? Nigga, that bitch would cut me. And every fucking level of a... You crazy, man. Hip-hop is entertainment, man. And everybody would like to say it's real, it's their life, it's this.
People got on him about that, but he basically was like, yo, there's freedom of speech and there's artistic expression and everything else like that. Now, I understand what he's saying. I don't think that I understand how people are going to twist it because of who he is and everything else like that. I remember he posted a picture with him with a gun. He said 5% is real, though.
Oh, okay.
What percentage of your lyrics do you think are real?
Probably 95%.
95% of your lyrics are real?
Yeah. You go listen to my albums are about my life. My last album, Ungrateful, going through some things. Every song is factual. I'm not talking about that stuff. I had one song and it was talking about my past. But all of that was talking about me being betrayed, the stuff I'm going through now. I'm not going to get up here and say, I'm not keeping it real in my raps. Because I'm not rapping about fake shit. I mean, I'm rapping about reality. I'm rapping about how people are judging me from things I say, and that turned into a song. I'm rapping about how people are doing me, and that turns into a song. I'm not rapping saying I got 35 mansions. I'm not rapping saying I got 19 jet skis. I'm saying I got 4. 4 is in my garage.
I seen them.
I think I'm one of the few who, I don't know what everybody else rapping about because I don't really listen to them really, but if you listen to my albums, they are my life. I'm talking about me at the games. These are my life. When I stunt, I'm talking about my pool parties.
Right.
What's going on at my pool parties. I'm talking about my acres. All these are factual. Not to take nothing from Fat Joe, but you don't hear Boosie talking about on my CDs about doing a lot of stuff that I'm not doing because I done matured. And that's just facts.
I can see that. I can see that.
I might get on a feature or something and talk some shit. Depends on what the song is based on. But even then, I'm not saying that I'm doing that now. I'm saying what I've done in my past. But I see a lot of that go on, man. I see a lot of people getting that motherfucker just, that's why they don't have to write it down, Vlad. I write almost all my music. That's why they don't have to write it down, because they get up there and it's called freestyle. And a freestyle is, when I have to write it, Vlad, when I hear that hard beat, I have to write it because I have to remember what somebody has done to me to put on this song about being done wrong. I have to remember what somebody done to me. That's why I have to write it. It's an old school process, I would say, but most people who are just going in there, they're just saying what rhymes. Like Flat J said, he just saying, it's just rhyming.
Yeah.
It's not factual because you didn't have time to sit up there and write it. It just popped up. You know, Jay-Z fucked them up. They thought they could do it like Jigga. Jigga had a lifestyle.
Right, but like I remember interviewing like Just Blaze.
Y'all niggas ain't never said no dope and done none of that shit. Y'all can't really talk about that.
Right, but
they got motherfuckers that ain't never done nothing. They just artists. They just can.
The poets.
They're poets.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So why should you judge Fat Joe when he's saying? I mean,
yeah. And to be fair, because I remember I interviewed, I think it was Just Blaze. Might have been Biggs, where they talked about Jay-Z's like style, like songwriting style, how he just comes in and, you know, he just kind of mumbles to himself, then he comes in and just kind of spits it all, you know, without writing anything down. He's not just freestyling. He's actually working out the song in his head.
Yeah, he probably wrote it in his head before he got there.
Exactly. He actually talked about the process. He said as a kid, he didn't really have like access to paper and stuff like that. So he would go to the store. He taught himself how to start memorizing his raps until he came back home. Like, you know, just walking around, he'd have to memorize them in his bed and then, you know, in his head and then come back. And then, so he got in the habit of working stuff out in his head. He doesn't come in and just mumble raps the shit out. It's the whole thing is right there. And Biggie was the same way.
Yeah, I can do that too. Like I could be listening to a beat on the way home, and I have 8 bars wrote in my head before I get to the house.